What part am I gonna play?
So people will just pop in. You don't have to invite them in or let them in.
No. I'm gonna bring up the chat. Hello, everybody. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Stephen is our guest.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's today.
So,
Okay, we're going to start the meeting.
Children for $1,500. Wow, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, where's the flag?
Over there.
What? Yeah, there's one in the picture. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the four-way test. First. True. Second. Third. Will build a better country. Fourth. Will be okay, you may be seated. What? Bacon! Armed! I better come back through the door again. And I think you're supposed to do that.
Okay, wait a second, everybody.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Fifth! Fun! Six! Bacon!
Vikings! Remember, Vikings, okay.
All
All right. Okay, so let's see here. We did that. Now we have an inspirational comment from Eileen.
Hey, how are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Okay, today's thought comes from Leo Christopher, and it is, you'll just keep crashing if you never take your eyes off the rear view mirror.
Oh, I like that.
Awesome.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you, Eileen. That was great. Can you hear us all? Can
Yep.
you hear us? Okay, good. Awesome. So now we have a couple visitors here. Do we have somebody wants to introduce the visitors?
I'll introduce. This is Melissa. She's our new Director of Investment Partnership at Sherwood. And happy to join us this morning.
Happy to meet everyone.
And we have our speakers a guest, but they're going to be zooming in. And Don?
Yeah, we have Stephen Herskowitz with
Okay.
the Washington State Department of Transportation, and he's going to be our presenter today along with a few other folks. So welcome, Stephen.
Welcome, Stephen.
Well-
Thanks.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having us.
That is fantastic. And I'm kind of standing in for Rochelle, as you can tell, because she's out enjoying the San Juan Islands, I believe, so on a boat, enjoying all that. Be nice to be there. But anyhow, so that's where that's at. Birthdays. Birthdays we have, I believe, the one and only Kyle Strand this week. Awesome. So you want to sing for us, or do you want us to sing for you?
Technically, it's past Friday, Saturday.
Oh,
Tomorrow?
close
Only
enough.
five.
You can still sing.
Yeah, well, in that case, you got like Sam sings amazing.
All right, Sam.
Sam here.
I'm here, but I can barely hear you all. So could you,
For me, please?
I'm sorry.
Kyle would like you to sing him happy birthday.
I would love to. Okay, you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you.
Awesome. And then we have anniversaries. We kind of talked about anniversaries last week, but I believe that Jim, is he on here? So anyhow, Jim Hagan. Jim Hagan.
That happened last night.
Just didn't recognize you with your hat off. Hopefully Gary's got one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyhow, so he's been married a long time. Been 73, and then I think Jim Steinreich is like a couple days later, so that was this week actually, so Jim and Jim, so happy anniversary for that.
You just take it
A
down.
couple other ones coming up in this month, but they'll be addressed later. And then we have people who have joined the club. I went through the list. I believe there's 2 people. And one would be Brett Gailey, who joined exactly a year ago today. So congratulations to Brett. I don't know if he's up there. And then Ryan, same day, a year ago, joined the club. So congratulations to those 2. Okay, I don't know if we have any announcements. Do we have any announcements? I don't have any announcements other than, we have Corks and Cakes coming up, but we'll get to some of that. And so somewhere in here, let me take a look at something. We have, I think I kind of forgot the whole bucket thing and the ticket deal. I'm getting there? Okay, good. Thanks. So we have officers' reports. We have treasurer.
So I have financial statements, copies back here. So if you need some light reading, that's always fun, to put you to sleep. So let's see, our cash balances are looking pretty good. In the club, we have just shy of 14,000 in checking. And in the Vanguard investment account, we have 16,800. And let's see.
Can't hear her.
Oh,
Oh.
here's.
You have to speak up a little bit. They can't hear you
I'm
good.
yelling.
Or you could come up here, yeah.
To the speaker.
You might have to come up here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get closer. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Zoomies? Okay, good. Thanks, Sam. Okay, so checking account in the club looks good at 13,000, 16,000 in the Vanguard account. A few weeks ago, we were raising money for our technology type stuff. And Lance donated a laptop, and then we raised in cash donations. We raised another $330. So we'll probably be dipping back at you guys again as we buy more equipment. So we'll see how that goes. In the foundation, looks good. We're trying to build that up so that we can do scholarships again. Let's see. Ameritrade investments. So we have a couple investment accounts under the foundation. We have Ameritrade and we have Vanguard. Vanguard is the endowment account. Ameritrade is now at $40,692. It went up $1,086 last month. So doing, yay market. And the endowment is at $79,515. That's looking good. And what else? I think that's it. And so I have financial, I don't know where the camera is, but I have financial statements. So any of our Zoomers that want a copy of it, just send me an email and I'll forward it to you if you want to take a look at the financials. That's it.
Awesome, thanks.
Remember to get raffle tickets to sell. I've got a whole bunch back there.
Great, thank you very much, Lori. And now we have the secretary's report.
I'm gonna do a Jim Hagan. Everything's good.
Okay, nicely done. So then we have president-elect. So I would like to say a couple things. We got a lot of things going on. Got a lot of tickets to sale. We have an auction coming up, right? And we'll kind of have an auction meeting after this over there briefly. We had a short one last night. A couple things we're going to have for us to think about is everybody here. You've sold a lot of tickets. That's fantastic. Everybody appreciates that. And we're going to have some signups for a couple of spots in front of some stores like this weekend to sell tickets. So we'd really appreciate helping out with some of that. I think I and Jim or a couple of people are going to do tomorrow. There's like Ace Hardware and there's Hagen's and Jay's Market. So there's 3 places and we'll start setting that up and we'll get you guys a link to sign up through Club Runner to pick a spot. And we're kind of looking for blocks of 2 hours and 2 people probably to help out with that. So that would be very helpful if we could kind of get that thing going. And I'll just keep going here. So then we have the garden basket here that we want to, like, maybe anybody has a gift card or whatever to put in here. Looks like it's kind of growing. The seeds are kind of starting to percolate up through the dirt here. So we're liking that. Anybody has a gift card? Sometimes places like Target will donate $50 gift card that we could put in here. And here we have gentlemen standing up here.
Yeah. I guess he's got a Christmas theme on it here.
Oh, this work.
Or a couple more.
Nice. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. That's great. So that's what we need. A few more of those, you know, coffee cards, things like that would be wonderful. And I think, is there anything else I need to add about the auction for now? Until next door, if anybody has any.
Scott had a question. or
Scott.
We-
Thank you.
He said we can't sell outside of Hagen's, so maybe explain that he's.
Oh, Scott, I talked to, I think the guy, I think the guy's name is Matt. He said we could do it.
Oh, good, because I know that they have a policy with that manager the last couple of years. That he doesn't let, you know, the food bank or anybody sell anything or solicit outside Hagen. So it's great that they worked with you.
Yeah, no, he's a new guy now, I guess. Yeah.
Good. We like new blood.
Yeah. Right, better than old, so good. I think that's about it for the auction, other than it's coming up, and Saturday, Brian will be in his office across the street to take baskets and beer and wine. It's starting to grow, but not growing quite as well, but it is growing, so that's exciting. I know we used to go to Marcus's house and all that stuff would be in that office. And I was always worried because it was all there, but it didn't look like a lot, but it was, so that's kind of the way that is over there. So remember that, he'll be open tomorrow, so if you want to drop stuff off, and I think Rochelle, the plan was to get photographs done this weekend probably, so, but you know, it's never too late to bring something, so let's kind of look at it that way, but we want to try and get things in tomorrow if possible, so. The 24th is around the corner, the 20th is when it kind of goes live for the silent stuff, so we'll kind of be looking at that. Any suggestions and things like that, let me know.
If you need any help, day of, volunteers,
The day of the Friday.
courts and kegs.
Yeah, probably. We need some volunteers for that. I'm not sure how many volunteers we'll need. I know Angie's working on the program for that and slides and things like that. So we'll probably get that word out next week or whatever. I'm trying to fill that in, but that's a great point. I appreciate that. And any questions about this?
How do you sign up for 2-hour shifts in front of those stores?
Are you a plant? So anyhow, that's a good question. So Brian and I think Jim are going to get together today to go out to the club runner. And I know Tracy's done it and build out the templates for the days that we would be in front of the stores with our blocks that you could see who's other signed up for other blocks, and then you can join in. And we're looking for 2-hour blocks, 2 people a block, so you can help each other out, do money or cash. And we're gonna try and do the square up credit card thing, because when I was at the farmer's market, I sold a few tickets there cash, could have sold a lot more, but people are on the credit card thing. Most people don't even have a checkbook anymore, it seems like, so we want to try and build through that. Thanks for that, yeah.
All right.
Okay, anything else?
Chris, you might announce that Brian is going to be there from 12 to 4 o'clock tomorrow, right? Run it?
Yeah, that's, I think we'll be that in the email.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so there you go. That's next door?
Yeah.
Yeah. next
And what
door.
I'm doing is I'm keeping track of everybody that's gotten their stuff in. Tomorrow's like my cutoff, and then on Friday, next Friday, we're gonna do a giveaway for a gift card for everybody who's already donated. So we're gonna get a Playa Bonita gift card. So get your stuff in so you can enter into the drawing for a gift card.
Yeah.
Do you get an entry for every item?
Not at all.
Nice try.
Yeah.
I've got a couple, I found in my box, I found a couple square readers where it's.
A couple of what?
Tap it or whatever, you don't have to plug into your phone.
Oh, wow.
But I
Okay.
think you still have to download the
Software.
software. So, anyway,
Okay,
I'll help with that once we have people, scheduled for
Okay.
different places.
awesome, awesome, great. We might need a little training for someone running those things.
I'll learn how to do it, then I'll train somebody else.
Okay, good, awesome. Great. Okay, so now we have club services. Keith? Up and
All good.
All good,
All good.
great, okay, good. All good, I'll write that, how do you spell that? Okay. So then we have, community service, which would be Brian.
Nothing to report except the skate park. We're just gonna start hounding Tony to give us an answer on our application for adopt the skate park.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be a daily hounding.
Good. And then, one thing I want to back up for a minute, I kind of forgot about that. So the night meeting, you know, the night extension or whatever, they had their first meeting across the street there, and they're gonna meet every Tuesday nights at 5:30.
First
and
and
third
third.
Thursday.
Okay, okay, you guys hear all that?
First and third.
Yeah. So that went really well. A lot of people, you know, can't attend today's early meeting, so they'll be going there at night. We had a couple new people that came, so that was awesome. And one's gonna sign up and be a member, so, you know, we can flux back and forth. And I think the dues are the same, those kind of things. So that was very exciting to see the whole place packed out. And Kyle's one of them, and Connor's another one that really has ramrodding this, and I think they'll be a good leadership team to keep that going. And did you want to take a minute to talk about, you know, they're gonna have some of their own projects, they're gonna be the backbone of some of our projects, because that's kind of how the club is, and then they're gonna do some of their own, and you had a couple ideas.
Yeah, I know, our big idea is that we would kind of take how we do Rotary on our Friday mornings, but make it more toward like a community service oriented type of project. So find ideas that are feasible to do, right? Trying to get our face out there. And I actually talked to Brian as well, just the other day about this as well, is that we have all these people that donate to us that are sponsors. This might be also a good time when we were doing these Rotarian actions that we actually go out and support them at their business. So they see that we're giving back to them just as they're giving back to us.
Yeah.
And then also we're looking at doing, where we're gonna pull weeds. You know, we'll find some places around the area around the schools, pull some weeds. And their idea was that basically if they get a bag of, a bag of whatever they pull, then we'll get them a beer over at Lake Simsbury, wherever it is.
Trade a bag of weed for beer.
Yeah. That one went around for a while, but find a name that sounds suitable, that's appropriate. But little things like that make sense that we want to get back. I think the other thing though is that we really need to look at our sponsors that are supporting us, because the only way we're going to continue to get sponsors if you're also supporting them.
Yeah.
So
Great.
yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. So, okay, so we have foundation, Jim.
Skip vocational and international, but
Well,
it's great. It's not good, it's great. And so in the finance report that Lori was handed out last night, we are less than $500 short of reaching $80,000 in the Lauren Hole endowment. So that is just,
Wow.
all right. Okay, so international. Tracy.
Yes, I'm gonna be sending an email out to the international, committee, but really I'm just gonna send it to everybody, so feel free to pipe in. We are, it's up to renew our Adopt a Village. We adopted Rio Amarillo last year, and they base it on the number of kids, I think, in the village. So it's $523, and I'm gonna send an email out requesting that we spend $523 to adopt that village again
Yeah, perfect.
in Honduras.
Awesome. Anything else?
That's it, thank
Okay,
you.
well, thank you. Membership, I don't know if Ron, I don't think Ron's here. So I guess there isn't one.
I saw Ron yesterday, he said membership's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
You might want to announce that we do have a new member.
Yeah, yeah, we do have a new member, and is that Amy Lewandowski.
Yep.
Ryan's wife, and she's a ball of fire. I don't know how she's gonna have time. She does all sorts of stuff. It's really awesome. So she'll be great. And then vocational services, Lance.
It's better than great. It's better than awesome. Vocational services is fantastic.
People cut that down a little bit. Okay, good.
Getting more
Awesome. And then Chris and Odegaard is not here. And Scouts are looking for Troop and Pack 88 are looking for a room to meet inside during the winter time. And I went to the school district and I went to a couple other places out in the community, and they're all kind of not sure yet if they're going to allow anybody because of the whole COVID thing. So, but I did talk to Kim Daughtry and the parks people over here. So there might be a place at the shelter at the park, so they can still meet outside at the park under the big shelter. They could reserve that, they're Scouts, so I guess that's good. So we're working on it. If anybody knows of an indoor spot, let me know. That'd be great.
How much space do you need?
Well, I think there's probably maybe like 20, like maybe 15 kids and 5 adults kind of a thing. So 20 park beats, I guess.
I might have my upper office available.
Okay, I'll ask them about that.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome, thanks.
Hey, Chris, Interact, after the board meeting last night, I saw a Facebook post that looked like the Interact Club went to Ashley Point.
Oh, cool, okay, good. So there's an update on that. I think there was some talk about them going there to do it or something, so, yeah, cool. That is great, that is the most awesome high school group there ever is, So, okay, and then the other thing, I met with Kim Daughtry about Sea Scouts, and he was a Sea Scout when he was a small child in Tacoma. He had a boat and they sailed up to Anacortes and Everett and all that, and so he's really ramrod and trying to get some Sea Scouts in Lake Stevens. So, build a couple small sailboats, and he's got a location, and I hooked them up with the Scout office, and we all had a good conversation about trying to get that going. Might take a couple more months, and things like that, but I think it's gonna come to fruition here pretty soon. So that'll be kind of cool. And I think that's about it for that. And then we have public relations with Angie.
I don't really have much to report, just between doing public relations and the IT and the Quirks and Cakes setup and my own job, I'm stretched a little thin. So thank you to everybody who has been stepping up and sharing and helping out with everything. Don and Kyle and Eileen, I really appreciate that.
Okay, and one thing, I know sometimes you can't hear us very well, but we're working on that kind of equipment to set up throughout the crowd here so everybody can hear everybody and speak and things like that. So don't get too annoyed yet. We're gonna fix that. We're working on that. And with that, being that, I have a sergeant of arms over here, the wonderful chief of the fire department, Kevin O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, let's try that one more time.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start the morning off. Oh, yeah, we'll do those. Start the morning off. Ladies and gentlemen, we found left behind, it says here, Lake Stevens Rotary Foundation hat. Does anybody own, is there an owner of the?
I'll bid $5 on that.
I got $5 here.
I'll bet 10.
I got 10 right here. I see 15. 15. I got 10. How about 15? I got 20 there. I got 25 right there. I got 25. 25. I got 25. 20 going once. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. Pins and badges. Pins and badges. Everybody got the pins and badge? Good. All right. This is a pin. You're a good soul. And thanks for holding down the fort. Thank you, Marcus.
Did throw it into my name tag.
All righty, pins and badges. And It's Blue Friday. Blue Friday. If you don't have any Seahawks, there you got what Seahawks. You don't have any Seahawks for this? Okay, good.
You don't
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know this, but I'm a proud University of Washington Husky. If you are a proud Husky as well, get out your wallets and pay $1 because they played the worst game in history. Cougs, hold on a second. Wait a second. Who's a Coug in here? All right, you owe $1 too. Here we go. That was dismal. And it's neither you owe $1.
Not as bad as that.
I was the game.
If you're neither, you got out.
Anybody else? All right.
That should cost you $1.
Oh, yeah. Actually. Oh, yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pay $2. It was terrible. I mean, it was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just, oh, it was that. All right. Let's see. If you have a plaid shirt on, that's $1. Plaid shirt. That's a big deal too. I owe $1. All right, plaid, nice plaid. I'm gonna pay you when I'm done. All right, you know what? You guys are all just good-looking people this morning. A lot of superlatives, awesomeness, fantasticness. So we're going straight to happy bucks. We'll go straight ahead. Lance, you were super happy.
I'm just super happy. I'm $5 happy. It's great to have Melissa here. I guess I'm $4 happy. Great to have Melissa join you. Join us. Say hi before you leave.
Yes, please.
Right on. Welcome, Melissa.
I'm $20, I'm $20 happy because something happened this week that was wonderful. For a year, I've been trying to get rid of these people that was in my rental. The kids were. It was horrible. It was drugs and mess and whatever. It was unbelievable. And so I called the dumpster, and the guy said, well, I can fix that for you. I have all this stuff, and I can go out there and clean up. In one day, I've been trying for years to get all this stuff. And because of the pandemic, they wouldn't let me do anything, actually. So I'm really happy about that.
Joey, that was a $100 bill.
Yeah.
And that is so awesome. I think you said 20. That's 100. Thank you.
Happy dollars, I find, happy Melissa is here. And happy it's Friday, and I had last week off, so now I get to go back to work on Monday.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good deal. I look forward to seeing you on Monday or Tuesday.
All right, on.
Just a couple happy lessons this Friday. And calling out Joyce's contribution was pretty awesome.
Very happy. I got a free shot. Nice. Thank you. Well done, sir. Well done.
I'm gonna enjoy the gin and tonic you gave me.
Oh. 5 o'clock, yeah.
I gotta have 10 go Seahawks first game of the season, and whatever happens to the Huskies at Michigan, we'll find out. Coach played Portland State.
Just go. Let's give my hat.
$5. Good weekend.
Here you go, up here, Kyle.
Yeah, I missed. Oh, sorry.
Kyle said he was just happy to be here.
He's not here.
He's giving his money away.
You're happy? I'm happy. All right. Lori?
Okay, so I'm happy that the garden's doing great. However, I have a lot of squash here. And I will Venmo have to take home. And if it all goes, I'll do $20. So please, zucchini, yellow squash, and acorn squash. Yeah.
Squash fight in the parking lot. I'm gonna do a happy whatever I have here. This weekend is the 11th or 12th year that myself and some great friends are doing the MS bike ride. The bike ride starts in Mount Vernon, goes through O'Connor, Anacortes, Deception Pass, and then back. It's beautiful, great weekend, and raises money for MS. So let's talk about that. And so we've got some tickets. We got the drawing here.
Pillage those guys.
Hey Zoomers, how are you? Hey Zoomers, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, Zoomers, I want to do something funny. I was thinking about this. I lost track of it. I'm finding all of you whatever you feel like being fined. That's one. And two is I'd like you all to sing happy birthday to Kyle at the same time because it sounds ridiculous. So let's do this. Ready? I want you all to sing happy birthday to Kyle. 1, 2, 3, go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, I did want to, oh, yeah.
That was absolutely terrible. Melissa, would you draw?
I sure would. Ticket number 030554.
554. All right. Thank you, Margaret.
Awesome, that was great. I did want to say one thing before we go into our speakers. I think Lori made this lovely looking blanket here. That's pretty cool. Lori, you made this, right?
I made that.
Pretty awesome. Very nice. A couple of baskets if anybody needs anything. And here's another cooking basket right here. So this is kind of what we're looking for. So thank you very much. Who brought the cooking basket? Awesome.
Casey and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Casey and Tracy. Awesome. So this is, I don't know, this is a laptop bag. Is this for sale?
That's not fair.
Great. Okay, with that being said, we have our speaker here and we'll have Dawn introduce our speaker.
Okay, well, Stephen was introduced before, and looks like he's probably got a few of his partners online now. So hello from Lake Stevens. And Stephen, would you like to introduce the rest of your team?
Sure. Well, I'm actually going to kick it off to one of our communications consultants, Emma, who's going to kick off our presentation. But thanks everyone for having us.
Should I give Emma screen sharing?
That would be great.
Okay, I'll do that right now so that
Thank
we
you.
got it, taken care of. Okay.
And I believe Stephen and Tess will also be sharing their screens at some point. So while you're at it, if you would like to give them that permission as well, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't know if we can give multiple. Never tried. Did anybody try that with Zoom? Can you give multiple screen share at once or just switch it back and forth? We'll just switch when you need.
Okay. Emma.
There might be a setting in the meeting itself that will allow that. Dawn, I can look into that during the week for future reference.
Okay. Well, I can make her host.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Then you can switch it around.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Dawn, and thank you, Stephen, for the introduction, and thank you for hosting the SR9, SR204 Intersections Improvements Project team at today's meeting. My name is Emma Drazio, and I'm supporting project communications for the consultant team, and we have a lot of content to cover today, so I'll just get us started. Let's see here. So we should all be familiar with Zoom for those of us joining that way today. And for all of you joining in person, of course, this will be a lot easier. But as a reminder, please remain muted unless you're speaking. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A session. And if folks joining by Zoom would like to ask a question or share their feedback, you can either use the raise hand feature so we can call on you to share your question live, or you can use the chat feature and we'll call out those questions and respond to them that way. If we're not able to answer your questions today, we'll make sure to follow up with you. Joining me on behalf of the project team today, we have the assistant project engineer, Tess Abraha. We also have the project manager, Kenny Iziokeke. And then finally, Stephen Hershkowitz is joining us as the public information officer to answer all questions and present information related to stage 2 construction information. And with that, I'm going to give Tess the screen. So I'm going to stop sharing. And
okay, thank you, Emma. Let me try to share my screen. Okay, host disabled, so I can't share my screen.
Will you try again now?
Okay. Okay, now I think I can. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. So, we understand not everyone, present in the audience today have not been active with this project since 2016. So, or, you might not get the chance to attend any of our public works or community briefings. So we just want to, give you a quick project recap to help establish some context. So this is our project need statement. When we kick off this project in 2016, we worked with the stakeholders advisory group, which the members represent from city representatives from City of Lake Stevens, Snohomish County, business owners on the east and west side of SR9, also representative from Boeing, bike advocates, and others. Working with them, we come up with this project need statements that we confirmed the need with the public as well via public open houses. So the goal of the project is to come up with the improvement or a solution that, as you see it on the screen here, that will shorten travel times for peak hour commuters from west side westbound eastbound SR204 into northbound SR9, like commuters or travelers who are coming from west side of Lake Stevens towards north side of Lake Stevens, and also reduce travel time in between businesses within Lake Stevens for all modes between adjacent business to the east, northwest, southwest of the intersection during peak commute hour, and also improve access and maintain visibility to business and lower the fatal and serious crash rate at the intersection. So based on this statement, we worked with the stakeholders advisory group, as well as I said earlier, we briefed the community, while we are developing the alternatives, solution, evaluating them and selecting the preferred alternative. Okay, so these are, some of the public outreach that, we did between 2016 and I think early 2019. We had like 5 in-person open houses, 4 business forums, 11 stakeholder advisory group meetings and over 30 community group and business property owner meetings. So this is meetings where, once we develop the project statement, working with the stakeholders, went out to the public via, this media to confirm the needs, share the alternatives, get feedback on those alternatives, and come up and incorporate those feedbacks, those inputs, and select the preferred alternative. So we were interacting with the community for about since from mid 2016 all the way to we selected the preferred alternative sometime in, I think, spring of 2019. So this is the preferred alternative that we came up working with the group. And as you see it on the screen, SR9 is running from left to right. This is SR9. This is SR204. This is the 9204 intersection. Frontier Village is here, and there are business in this section as well as this section. So this preferred alternative includes the goal is like to improve, like it's stated on the project statement, is to improve traffic movement through this intersection. So working doing the analysis, working coming up with alternatives, evaluating them, we realized that to improve this intersection, we have to come all the way here and improve the capacity at Market intersection as well. So this alternative includes improvement on Market intersection. It adds additional lane through Market on northbound as well as southbound. Also, it adds additional I would say an exit from SR9 northbound to 4th Street Northeast, which helps to shift some of the traffics that would use SR9, SR204 to come to Frontier Village. So with this new link to 4th Street, now they don't have to go all the way here. So that shifts some traffic here. Also, adding capacity here on the intersection, people who, because of congestion at Market Street, people who would be coming here to go south, now with this improvement, that traffic will be shifted to here as well. So the other the other element on this alternative is adding converting the existing signal intersection at the 9 and 204 intersection to a 2-lane roundabout. So this 2-lane roundabout would provide one of the benefits over the signal is like during non-peak hours, you don't have to stop here, like whereas signal is always you have to stop here, if it's red you have to stop there. But with roundabout, except outside of those peak hours, there is like continuous movement. So and the other benefit is like it provides direct in and out to Frontier Village, to this business area at this location. Whereas, today, as you know it, you can't come in to the businesses at this location, but to come out, you have to come out from Davis or do some unnecessary, circuitous along Vernon or Frontage Road, to exit this business area. So, and the additional element is like, also to add this a 2-lane roundabout at SR9 and Vernon intersection that will provide, additional east-west connectivity to this area, so that, people who are coming from north side of this area or east side, they don't have to go through the 9204 intersection. So they can use the new intersection and if they are heading towards west. So that way you shift some traffic, from 9204 to this one. Also, same thing for people who are coming from west side of Lake Stevens, rather than going through here, if they are heading north or east towards the lake, rather than coming through here, they can come via 91st or the Vernon Road and bypass the 9204 intersection. So the whole idea of this alternative is like to provide options, many options, so that traffic do not everybody doesn't need to come to the 9204 intersection. So this alternative or this solution will distribute the traffic throughout the area. So that way it reduces the congestion at the 9204 intersection. So once we came up with this alternative to deliver this solution, or to construct this solution as soon as possible, we divided, we came up with, we divided the project into 3 stages, because based on, the impact on environment, as well as, the need to acquire additional property, additional right of way. So this stage 1 is, this section. So we constructed that one, as in summer of 2019. We accelerated that section because it doesn't have any impact on environment. It doesn't have any, it doesn't require any lengthy environmental documentation. So it was, it was quick to put together a contract document and, advertise it for bidding so that it can be constructed as soon as possible. So that stage, sorry, my mouse is going everywhere. So that stage, this stage 1 constructed southbound additional lane south of Marketplace. This is the market intersection. And also, it restriped the existing, at that time, the existing right turn only, dedicated right turn only lane into right turn and through lanes, so that people can get benefit of the additional lane that we added south of Market. So that was stage 1. Then this is stage 2. Stage 2, it had some lengthy environmental documentation because there were, wetland here that the project impacted a little bit. So because of that, we grouped this section as a stage 2, and that section is under construction currently. Steve will talk about it in detail later. So if you guys see construction activity going on in that area, that's stage 2. Stage 2, adds the additional lane on northbound direction. Like I said earlier, we are improving the capacity of Market. So stage 1 built southbound direction lane, additional lane, and stage 2 is building or constructing the northbound additional lane. In addition, we are adding a right turn pocket from Market into northbound SR9 to improve, this intersection. Also, on stage 1, we restriped the existing, lane which was a dedicated right turn lane to right turn and through lane. But on this stage, we will restore that dedicated right turn lane. So technically, we are adding additional lane north of, Marketplace intersection. So at the end of the day, there will be like a 2 through lane through this intersection, and a right turn lane, dedicated right turn lane, and of course a left turn lane. The other element on stage 2 is, adding a right turn lane to connect it to 4th Street Northeast. As I said earlier, that will help to shift traffic from 9204 towards here, because people who are coming from, this area or from south, they don't have to go to the 9204 intersection to access Frontier Village area. Then stage 3 is like the big portion of, the project. That's, this stage has, it requires very lengthy environmental documentation due to wetland impacts, and also it needs additional right of way, right of acquisition. Because we are acquiring like 4 parcels and also, of course, limited access as well. So the 4 parcels, like there is undeveloped parcel here at the southwest corner of 9 and 204. There is another undeveloped parcel here, and also the vacant bank here, as well as the dentist clinic over here. So because of that lengthy process, we group this section as a stage 3, and that's scheduled to be constructed in summer of 2022. So the stage 3 has element, 2-lane roundabout element at the 9 and 204 intersection, and another, 2 lanes roundabout at 9 and Vernon Road, the kind of peanut shaped roundabout at 91st and Vernon Road. Today this intersection is two-way stop intersection, so we'll be converting it into a peanut shaped roundabout to improve the traffic operation at the intersection. And here, today, this is 2-way up to the entrance to the Big O Tire. But, with this project, we're going to make two-way all the way so that people, they can go west as well as east. Also, we're going to reconfigure the existing mini roundabout there to construct this 2-lane roundabout, as well as to intersect Davis Road with the SR9. So because of that's why the vacant bank and also the dentist building get impacted at this location. And this is the project timeline. As I say, I know here we are showing from 2018, just the design phase, but we kicked off this project in mid-2016, and we were working on, coming up with the project statement, evaluating alternatives, developing alternative and evaluating them and selecting alternatives. So all those activities were going from mid-2016 all the way, I think, mid-2019. And at the same time, we were, developing contract plans to deliver stage 1, summer of 2019 construction, and also stage 2, currently it's under construction, and stage 3 will be constructed in 2022. And currently we are working on, development of the contract plans for stage 3. Also, we are acquiring those properties I mentioned earlier. And also we are working on our environmental documentation. With that, I will pass it to Steve to talk about what's going on out there currently on stage 2. And then I'll come back and talk a little bit about our construction management on stage 3. Okay, Steve, it's yours.
Yeah, just pulling up the slide. So I think you guys can see this? Yes. All right, great. Hi, everyone. So I'm Stephen Hershkowitz. I'm the Public Information Officer for Stage 2 of the project. And just want to build on a lot of what Tess talked about. Thanks, Tess, for walking through stages 1, 2, and 3. And obviously what you've been seeing since the beginning, the middle of June 14th is when the stage 2 kicked off, has been stage 2. I also have Kevin Biersner, who's with our construction office on this project. He's on the call to help answer questions later on if any come up. So Tess covered this, but just really to recap what's going on here in stage 2, we're adding that second northbound lane on SR9 from south of Marketplace up to where a second lane already exists, just north of 4th Street Northeast. So we're essentially extending that second northbound lane south to south of Marketplace. And then there's the 3 right turn pockets. The one that is going to be sort of replacing the one that it did exist southbound SR9 to Marketplace, building that next to what's now the second through lane. The one that's, if you're coming west on Marketplace and turning north on SR9, that will be there to help move through the intersection. And then the one, as Tess was talking about, to redirect traffic onto 4th Street Northeast. So that's sort of the capacity building elements of the project to help people move through SR9 Marketplace intersection faster. Especially if you're going from east or west on Marketplace and turning onto SR9, these improvements should help reduce delays of that intersection pretty significantly. The second element of this project is building noise walls on either side of SR9 between Marketplace and to the south, 4th Street Southeast on either side. And that's because it's WSDOT policy whenever you are expanding or widening a highway that we do a noise assessment to see if doing that will increase decibel levels. And we have a certain threshold. And when we did the noise assessment on this project, it exceeded that threshold. And so we are putting in noise walls to protect the homeowners and property owners on either side of SR9. So that's a big part of what you've been probably seeing on the ground in Lake Stevens. So far, what we've been able to complete since June 14th, that second northbound lane on SR9 is built up to subgrade, meaning it's basically completely built up. It just needs to be paved. We're also almost done building that right turn pocket from southbound SR9 to Marketplace up to subgrade. So that's almost done being built up and will also need to be paved. We had to remove a lot of unsuitable soil to do that initial building that we've done so far, and that has been completed, as well as installing stormwater piping. And the areas where the noise walls are going to go has been cleared. That's probably what's been most visible on this project. We've had to do a lot of clearing of trees near homes that's created some noise. And so we've been working with the neighbors on this project when they reach out and express concerns about noise, and we'll talk about that in a second. So what's left on this project? So we have essentially sort of 2 periods of time left in stage 2, which is where we are right now through the end of October. So we're going to finish building up those right turn pockets. We're going to drill in the foundations for the noise walls, and then we're going to pave the new road surfaces, that new northbound lane and the 3 right turn pockets. We're hoping to get that done by the end of October when our current construction season ends due to weather changes. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get the noise wall panels manufactured and delivered to us, and we won't be able to get that to happen until spring of 2022 due to all the global supply chain issues that I'm sure you've been hearing about with a lot of other things and products that you might be trying to get for cars and other things. So that's impacted our ability to get the noise wall panels delivered to us. And so that won't actually installing the noise walls won't happen until next spring. And we need to do that before we replant the trees that were removed. We're going to be planting far more trees, at least 5 times more trees than we removed. We'll be replanting and other landscaping near the noise walls. So what you've been seeing so far during the project this summer in terms of road closures and lane reductions, the most common traffic configuration that we've had overnight. So this is just during weeknights, Monday nights through Friday mornings, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. We've been often reducing SR9 to 1 lane with alternating northbound and southbound traffic between Marketplace and SR 204. We've had to, at the same time as doing that, close Marketplace at the intersection with SR9. And you can see on the screen one of the detours that we've been suggesting that people use. We've also at times had to close single lanes. Well, sometimes it's been reducing to 1 lane on SR 204 just before the intersection with SR9, depending on which lane is open on SR9 when we do the alternating traffic. And we've had some nights where instead of doing alternating traffic, we just need to close 1 lane on SR9. One thing I do want to flag here really quickly is that we are still in the process of finalizing, although the city of Lake Stevens has approved a closure of 4th Street northeast up here near the Frontier Village businesses. We're going to need to do that in order to build out that right turn pocket that's going to be going to 4th Street northeast, and that's probably going to be happening on September 16th through September 24th. That'll be a continuous 8-day closure of that road, and we're still working to finalize what the detour routes will be, but we'll have more information that we send out on that next week. And then as I mentioned, noise has been something we've been working really hard to mitigate on this project. We did send out flyers to the property owners that are right up against where those noise walls are going to be going in and where we've been clearing. So we sent that out 20 days in advance per the City of Lake Stevens noise variance. Our contractor has also been working hard to very carefully place materials in truck beds and avoid tailgate banging and exhaust braking in order to reduce noise as much as possible overnight. And we also, after we heard some initial complaints about, especially the clearing work that we were doing for the noise wall panels, we worked with the contractor to reschedule some of the construction work that was originally going to be going on at night, and it was going to be noisy. And so while we weren't able to make that change for the initial round of tree clearing, for the second round of tree clearing, we did move that to daytime, as well as some of our temporary fence installation. And over the next month or so, when we're installing the noise wall foundations, that drilling will be done during the day as well. So that's all I have in terms of updates on stage 2 right now. And I think I'm kicking this back to either Tess or Emma to finish out.
Yes, you should be able to share your screen again if you would like to.
Thank you, Steve. Okay. Okay. So the, as I mentioned earlier, currently as part of the stage 3 design phase, we are developing the contract document, and one of the contract plans that we are developing is the construction traffic management for stage 3. So we have this stage 3, that will construct 4 roundabouts. So how are we going to construct it? How are we going to maintain traffic, when we construct this roundabout? So we came up with a strategy. We shared the strategy with the, at the business forums, as well as we shared with the City of Lake Stevens, and I will be sharing you that the strategies that we came up, to construct these roundabouts. And here is an exhibit that, just a closer look of stage 3. So we have those, 2-lane roundabouts here, another 2-lane roundabouts. This is the mini roundabout that will be reconfigured, and also, the peanut shaped roundabout at 91st and SR Vernon Road. So our approach is, full closure traffic management strategy, to construct this one. The reason why we selected this full closure, traffic management strategy is, to construct roundabouts by, shifting, by directional closure, like, shifting the traffic to one side of the roadway while you are constructing on the other side, then again come back and shift to the other way. That one, will have a lot of impact to the traveling public out there. And also that strategy would take like 2 years to construct this project. So we come up with this strategy, which is like, get in, get out strategy. Like the impact is very, the impact is for, very short period of time. So using this strategy, by we can complete the project within 1 year, which is within 2022. Also, there will be, this full closure, there will be three full closures on, non-holiday or special event weekends. And those closures are like, the first one, you close like Davis Road, build that small roundabout, then move to the 9 and Vernon Road roundabout. You close that one for, 4 days, then build that one, then come 9 and 204 and build, the third one. So we will have 3 full closures to construct the roundabouts. While, we are closing, for example, the Davis Road, traffic will be maintained on SR9 as well as SR204. And also, besides those closure weekends, extended weekends, the other days, traffic still will stay on the existing roadway. So that's a great benefit to the community out there. As well as, impacts to impacts to access to businesses will be minimal with this approach versus the traditional directional closure uh, uh, traffic control strategy. So with that, okay, sorry, I have this one. Our upcoming outreach event will be we'll have open house number 6 sometime spring of 2022. If either in person, depending on where we are with this pandemic, or virtual, like this one. And also we'll have this roundabout familiarization with the community, like, how would you drive a 2-lane roundabout? So we'll have educational public event as well. So with that, I would open it for if you have any questions.
This is Don Iverson. I have a question just kind of following up on what you were just presenting. Do you have a graphic of what the routing will be for the full closure period of time? Like what streets the traffic will be diverted onto?
Yeah, I don't have graphic handy here now, but yes, we developed exhibits, we have graphics, but just for example, like I mentioned, there will be 3, full closures. For example, when we are constructing this one, Davis will be closed. So closed, when I say closed, somebody who's coming from east, they can't use Davis to go to SR9. So whoever is coming from east side, they have to go back and go around, go to the east and use Market or Ford Street to access SR9. When we are closing the 9 Vernon Road, when we are constructing the 9 Vernon roundabout for those 4 days, we'll be closing SR9, at Lundin Marketplace. Lundin Parkway. So whoever is coming from north side would use the Lundin Parkway to bypass this area. So one of when we do this closure, we'll do a lot of public outreach, a robust public outreach to minimize traffic who are coming to this area. People who are just passing through Lake Stevens, for example, from North area, Arlington, to use 528 and go I-5, or if they are coming from south, to use US2 and going, use I-5 rather than coming to this area. So by doing a robust public outreach, we are planning to reduce about, the traffic, the regular traffic to 25, by 25, percentage, ADT wise, to 25% of them, to divert to different area. Yeah, I mean, to use, like I said, I-5, 528 and other area. And only those people who are originating from Lake Stevens or whose destination is at Lake Stevens would be using that Lundin, Parkway. The same thing when we are closing the 9204 intersection would be the same thing, like people who are coming on SR9, they have to use the Lundin Parkway and Marketplace to go to south. Also people who are coming from south, the same thing. But our goal is, like, whoever is just coming here to pass through Lake Stevens, we encourage, using this robust public outreach to, divert them to go to I-5.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
And Don, we can follow up with those detour graphics so that you can have a visual to look at as well.
That'd be great.
Anybody got any more questions? Any more questions for anybody?
I think it was a very thorough presentation. I think I understand what's going to go on now.
Yeah.
And much appreciated.
Seems like it's very considerate about the stages they're going in, and it's almost like we don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
What's happening.
But you never do.
I never get out of my house, I don't know. But that'll be quite a roadmap once that gets all done. Wow, pretty nice. And so you have all the acquired properties purchased?
We are in process of, yeah, it's in process of acquisition. I know that we already acquired this, little undeveloped land, and this is in process. This is almost, we are at the final stage of negotiation. This one as well, the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. That down there by that roundabout, that's an existing roundabout today, right?
Yes. So this will be, as you know, the existing mini roundabout, the frontage road, it's about 5 feet higher than the highway. So to put this link here, we have to grade that area. We have to excavate out that area. So this will be a reconfigured roundabout that will have the existing three legs, which is Vernon, Davis, and this frontage road, as well as additional leg to intersect it with SR9.
So you can build the grade up on Highway 9 to match the grade over there on the little roundabout?
Yes, so people will be able to drive here. So I think we have like about 3% grade, 3 or 4% grade between here and
You'll
here.
drop down onto 9.
Yeah, so you'll drop down there, you're not gonna raise the road bed.
No.
Okay. Awesome. Any more questions? Thank you very much. It was a great presentation, and we look forward to meeting with you guys again. And on the behalf of the Lakeland Rotary Club, we'll donate a $25, I was gonna say gift certificate, but certificate to the Lake Stevens Education Foundation. So thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. Thank you very much.
Any last minute things? Okay, meeting adjourned. Awesome. Thanks for being here today. I did, yeah. Thanks everybody for being here today. Really appreciate that. And it's on to getting our stuff done, and the auction's coming up. Thanks.